How's it going, chimps? My name is Monkey, and today I'm going to be asking ChatGPT to build me an entire kit in Contractor's Exfil Zone because I am curious to see, does ChatGPT really know everything? Does it know anything about Contractor's Exfil Zone? Will it build us a kit with some of the best weapons in the game, some of the most phenomenal weapons in the game, or is it going to build us a kit with some of the not best weapons in the game, some mid-tier weapons? Is it going to give us some phenomenal armor, some amazing protection, or is ChatGPT going to load us up with some doggy doo-doo? There is only one way to find out, so let's put ChatGPT to the test to find out if it knows a thing or two. So I have done this a couple times, so I'm going to be starting by asking ChatGPT to tell me the best of each part of a kit. I'm not going to ask it to build me a full kit, because I think that might be a little too much for it. So I'm going to ask it to build me a kit by asking each individual piece. I'm going to ask what weapon I should use, the armor or ammunition I should use with it, the attachments I should put on that weapon, armor, backpacks, you name it. That is what I'm going to be asking. So let's start with the weapon. The first question, what is the best weapon in Contractor Showdown Exfil Zone? I'm going to ask these as what is the best? I want it to give me the best of the best. I don't want, what is your ideal for this situation? I want to see what it comes up with for the absolute best. It is really taking its time for this here. Okay, here we go. Top picks for Exfil Zone. We have the HK416, aka the RC416. And then it also gives us a second choice, AK Alpha, and then a little bit more detailed description. I'm not interested in that. I want to know what its first choice is. It says the RC416 is a tier SS, highest tier rating in the community made lists, easy recoil control in full auto, pinpoint accuracy out to 100 meters, and strong DPS 22 per body shot, depends on the round. Why it's great: extremely user-friendly, works well in both close and mid-range. The downside is heavy ammo consumption, recommended to carry at least 240 to 360 rounds. Holy mackerel. Alright, well, very first on the list is the RC416, starting off with an absolute banger, and I do believe ChatGPT goes through a lot of different forums and people discussing things about the game, as it mentioned with the tier list that people have put together, and I could not agree more. RC416, phenomenal weapon choice. Now let's ask what ammunition we should load into our RC416. Alright, my question was, what is the best ammunition to use with the RC416? First choice, recommended ammo for RC416. Use penetrator AP rounds when possible. Although not explicitly stated in game, the most effective strategy is to run AP level ammo. As summarized, more expensive equal more penetration. If you have a cheap ammo, it does super high damage, but only if it penetrates. The basic rule is if they have a good armor and you have a shitty ammo, good choice of words there, chat, shoot their face or legs. If you have good ammo, aim for the chest or head. This clearly supports using the highest tier ammo you can unlock and afford for reliably defeating armored targets. M995 equivalent rounds, top tier 5.56. Oh, this is what it says here too. Players note the RC416 firing M995 will take 2 shots to the head of a scav to kill. Yeah, that's unrelated to what I'm looking for, but that is great and very sound advice. Use the best rounds you possibly can. And it also, even though the choice of words here, the basic rule is that if they have good armor and you have crappy ammo, shoot their face or legs, which is 100% true. And if you have good ammo, aim for the chest or head. That is great advice. It looks like it's noting Reddit both times. That's great advice. But yeah, that's pretty sweet. Okay, looks like we'll be running AP rounds. I unfortunately am still not level 4 arc. I'm going to be working on that today. But I do have a collection of AP rounds. I got 88 rounds right there. So I should be able to use majority AP today. But before we use our rounds, what magazine and attachments are we going to be using with this RC416? Alright, now we ask, what is the best mag for the RC416? And it says the best overall is a 60 round drum magazine. Why it's the best: we got high capacity without being overkill, lets you down multiple enemies or full squads without reloading, perfect for PvP and exfil fights where reloads can get you killed, Minimal performance penalties compared to the 100 round C-Mag. That's not a thing. Works exceptionally well with high fire rate of the RC416. I believe that some of the things with ChatGPT is when I ask about stuff for Contractor's Exfil Zone, it mistakes it for Tarkov. There's a lot of similarities, so it kind of mixes things up a little. But that is also still a great choice here. 60 round mags. I agree with that as well. Okay, now before we load our 60 round mags for the RC416, we have a bare weapon here. Let's find out what attachments we need to use. Now, what are the best attachments for the RC416? Oh, ChatGPT of infinite knowledge. Optimal attachment setup for RC416. Number 1 optic, we got a 4x scope with a dot, hammer or similar. This is widely considered the best choice. It scales well for mid-range engagements without sacrificing close quarter responsiveness. Great decision there. Barrel or muzzle device. Suppressor. We got the Schlipnir suppressor. Not only hides firing signature in the minimap, but it also boosts bullet velocity and effective range for better damage potential. Alternatively, a compensator offers stronger horizontal recoil control. Some players prefer it over suppressor for tighter recoil patterns. I'll go with the suppressor just because that was the first choice that ChatGPT gave, and it says alternatively a compensator. So we'll go with the suppressor, even though I would personally go with the compensator, but that is what the chat said, so we're going with the ChatGPT. Underbarrel, we got vertical grip or ranger grip optional. Helps significantly with horizontal recoil, improves ability to land sustained shots quickly, tolerable with compensator for max effect. Or the ranger grip, solid alternative if you want a balance of recoil control, sprint movement speed. Again, I'm gonna go with the first choice the chat goes with. I like the angled ones a little better, but ChatGPT know more than I do. Laser. Offers reliable hipfire ADS transitional accuracy, especially if helpful in CQB or strafing engagements. Several players reported enhanced tracking and reaction speed with the red laser. Okay, I generally hate using lasers because, in my personal opinion, the reliable hipfire ADS transitional accuracy is not worth giving away your position, which is what lasers do. When you put a laser on your gun and you have it on, it just totally gives away every spot that you're standing on, so let us go put that together. Okay, Chimps, here we have our fully kitted RC416. We got the hammer, I guess is what it's called, and Tarkov, or what it thinks we're asking for. What it's asking for is this one right here. We got the Herme optic. That is our 4x ranged optic. I actually don't know if it is exactly 4x. They don't give the magnification here on Exfil Zone, but I believe that's what this optic is. And then we have our dot on the angle. Got our vertical foregrip here. Got our Schlipnir suppressor and our red dot. Who knows? Maybe I'll fall in love with them after this, but I doubt it. And then we have our 80 round drum mag, or 60 round drum mag, fully loaded with AP ammunition, or the best ammo that you can purchase. So yeah, this is already starting to look pretty phenomenal, I must say. Now, ChatGPT, one of the biggest parts of your loadout is the armor. So let's start with the chest rig. What is the best chest rig in Contractor Showdown Exfil Zone? Now that we have our weapon fully kitted, it looks like as of mid-2025, what we know so far, there's no public rig tier list or clear recommendation specifics to Exfil Zone like there are for weapons or ammo. Most shared content focuses on gameplay mechanics. Wow, really? Doesn't have an answer for this one? No way. Wait a second, let me try something. Oh, okay, here we go. I reworded it to say what is the best armor setup in Contractor Showdown Exfil Zone. And here we go. We got tier 6 armor ultimate level. Of course, why wouldn't it give us tier 6? And then number 2 is tier 5, and then avoid tier 2, tier 3. Why high armor tier matters. Let's start here. I'll give some options for the level 6 here. Offer the highest durability, blunt damage reduction, strong penetration resistance, make them top choices for high-risk raids. Why high tier armor matters. A Redditor noted that the armor was far more important than weapons, enabling them to consistently survive Metro boss encounters even with the basic SMGs because armor let them take hits to and respawn. Another user described that how FMJ rounds barely dented their high tier armor and enabled them to outlast opponents. In contrast, when running low tier armor, even high caliber rounds became lethal. Indeed, indeed. Armor and helmets wear tier 6 body armor whenever is possible. Use a mask, helmet, or face shield to limit head exposure. Face armor helps absorb headshots that bypass body protection. So it doesn't directly say what helmet we could use. It just says to use one with a mask or face protection. Let's specifically ask what's the best helmet in Exfil Zone. See if we get an answer here. RYST helmet. Is that not just the... Oh, yeah. I figured. The Alton helmet. Look at that. This is our armor rig right here. Well, that's quick and easy answer there. Tier 9? That is not a thing. Damage, durability, heaviest helmet. Why it stands out? When compared to other helmets, OP high protection is tier 6. That is not true either. Other notable helmet options are the OP high protection, reliable choice, earlier in progression, offers good balance of protection and weight. Tier 5 helmet like ACH, Warrior, OP, Delta Force are usable, but generally inferior in penetration reduction and durability. Completely agree. Alright, here we go. Here's our armor. Let me get this set up here first. Now let's ask, what is the best way to set up our chest rig? The best chest rig setup core principles: maximize ammo carrying capacity, more magazines equal more sustained firepower, choose rigs that allow stacking multiple blah 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 blah. Balance weight and mobility, include utility pouches, ensure fast reload and draw speeds. Chest rig loadout example ammo carrier: 6 rifle mags matching your main primary, stagger mag types if you want to adapt, FMJ mag blah blah blah. 2 pistol mags for sidearm when not using a sidearm. 2 grenades, okay. 1 med kit for stim shot pouch. Extra utility pouch with bandages, painkillers, or grenades. Tip: customize your rig based on your weapons. Mix ammo type, expect different opponents. Grenades accessible. You're heavy on loot, run prioritize. Some rigs modded. ChatGPT doesn't say anything about keeping bundles on me. Didn't tell me to keep ammo on my chest rig. Just grenades. It's alright, I don't need to reload. If I get into a fight, I'll just throw a nade. 2 of them. 2. Alright, there we go. We have our chest rig. I got my 6 extra mags here. We got 2 nades here. Some stim shots. The utility. And some extra staples for meds. Yeah. Now let's find out what is the best backpack. The best backpacks in Exfil Zone. Eberschlock F1 or F4 Phantom? What? Eberstock? I can't read. Eberstock? ChatGPT, that don't exist, my good friend. I think it's thinking about Tarkov. Eberstock? Okay, I tried rewording it and it just kept going with this one. It says it's the largest storage, heavy, and ideal for long loot. So I am just gonna assume that the most common choice for what it's trying to tell me is the 6-ish or 6HS118. It's the biggest one with the most storage capacity, heavy, yada yada. Best backpack. I think it's talking about Tarkov. Now I'm going to ask how I should load my backpack. Number 1, prioritize ammo and reload gear. Carry extra mags for your primary weapon, ideally loaded with the best ammo. Okay, of course. Because my chest rig wasn't enough. Include a couple of pistol mags, not using that. Store mags vertically or flat, depending on the space. Yeah. Medical supplies, grenades and utility items. Loot storage space, organized by priority and accessibility. Okay, that's pretty much what I do every time, except the mag, so let's load it up. Okay, there we have our backpack loaded up. We have all of our food and water down here. We have our meds right here. We got our extra magazines here. Way overkill. I never use more than 6, but because it did not tell me to put bundles on my chest rig, which I like doing so I don't have to pull my backpack out to throw a couple extra rounds in my mag when I've popped a couple at a scav, I have them in here in my backpack right in front of the mags, and then I also have some grenades tucked away up top so that I don't ever try to reach for a snack and accidentally grab a nade, or a bandage and accidentally grab a nade. Also, I'm going to put a staple gun up in there. I only have 2 more uses on this one, and that is a fully loaded staple gun. So there we go. Okay, Chimps, there we have it. According to ChatGPT, this is the best kit in Contractor's Exfil Zone. We have our SD Protector full body armor, the Mall Boss armor kit, the ultimate tier 6 protector. We have our RYST helmet, the level 6 best helmet in the entire game. We've got 6 extra mags for our RC416. If I had enough AP, they'd be all loaded with AP, loaded up with the best ammunition you have. We've got 2 grenades on our chest rig, plenty of meds. We have our backpack here, fully loaded with all of the essentials to keep us running, keep us alive, and kills people in raid. And then, the piece de resistance. We have our beautiful RC4 16 5.56x45 assault rifle. We have a vertical foregrip of your choosing. We have a Schlipnir cover by ChatGPT's choice. The 60 round drum mag loaded up with the best ammunition that you can possibly handle. We have our Herma 4x scope with a angled single dot red dot scope here. This is a pretty phenomenal kit, I must say. I am pretty impressed with ChatGPT. This is a very, very solid kit. I feel very protected. The only things I really would have changed about this kit is the dot up front with an L Evo so that I don't have to angle my gun. I don't like angling, especially you guys are looking through my right eye. So when I'm looking through my right eye with the dot or the 4x, I only see through that right eye. I always leave both my eyes open when I play VR because having that peripheral vision with your left eye is really important. So I like having both, but it doesn't bother me. When I go to the angled here, my left eye is subconsciously seeing through that scope. So it kind of throws me off a little bit. I might have to kind of shut my eye. Plus something about twisting my gun. Personal preference, it's a little bit more subjective. Not my favorite thing to do in the world, so I would change that. I'd do an Evo. And then the vertical foregrip, I would prefer obviously the angled foregrip. If we wanted the best of the best, we'd use this bad boy right here, this angled grip. That would definitely be a little better. And then me personally, I also prefer a compensator over a suppressor. I have found, and it's definitely not the cookie. My favorite compensator in the entire game is the Predator. It is only a hair below the cookie on both vertical and horizontal. I always have a hard choice between which I want more, vertical or horizontal recoil, because there are certain attachments that prioritize or bring one down by a lot more than the other. Something like the Schlipnir. So I kind of like to keep something that does both really well because they both matter quite a lot. And the very, very nice thing about the Predator is it doesn't mess with your ergonomics at all. Most every compensator suppressor is going to bring down your ergonomics by at least a little bit. The Predator does not do that at all. And the other thing about the debate between suppressors and compensators is, for me personally, I don't mind a compensator not being quiet because scavs give me away all the time. Scavs don't use suppressors. Scavs are gonna alert everybody to your location. Obviously, if you don't run a suppressor, you're gonna only alert people to your location even more. I'm willing to take that risk for the benefits of a compensator over a suppressor. But yeah, that is the other thing. And then we have our 60 round drum. We're of course loaded up with the best of the best ammunition. Could not agree more with ChatGPT on that. And I do not have the money to buy one of the Stenag drum mags for the RC416. Well, actually, I have plenty of money. I am not high enough level. This Stenag 60 round drum is the best by far because you can mag pod them. They fit in your chest pouches with the double wide chest pouches, and they're just phenomenal magazines. So I'm running this one. What I will do in the heat of the moment of a firefight is, obviously you can't mag palm with one of these mags, so you just press the mag release, then you can pop a new round or magazine in there. So that is still offers quick reload. You will have to go find your mag again if you care about it. But yeah, that is what makes those better, is you got the mag palm. So that is not ChatGPT's fault. That is my fault for not being able to buy them. Anyways, this backpack, again, if I'm going for a run that I know that I'm going to find a lot of stuff and have a lot of stuff to loot, then I would run this backpack. But normally, I really don't. I never find myself needing this much space. So I'll usually, if I want a lot of space, I'll run with this backpack. But my favorite backpack to run is by far this backpack right here. We got all the ammo slots. We still have spots on the sides for mags and mag pouches and different water bottle pouches and stuff like that, and plenty of space. I rarely find myself filling one of those too much. Anyways, overall, I must say, pretty phenomenal kit. ChatGPT, I am pretty impressed, I must say myself. So now let's go figure out what map ChatGPT wants us to run, what keys it thinks I should grab, and let's go test it out. All right. Oh gosh, I shouldn't have asked the question the way I did. It's been best of best this entire time. So I said, what is the best map in Contractor's Exfil Zone? Top maps in Contractor's Exfil Zone. Metro. Why it's great. Tight corridors vertically and close quarters combat make Metro perfect for aggressive players who love fast-paced fights. Best for PvP, quick tactical engagements and players. Pros, lots of cover and angles, fast-paced action, shorter extraction times. Cons can be overwhelming to newcomers, less room for stealth play. Overwhelming to newcomers, but that's overwhelming to everybody. Village, non-existent. Factory, non-existent, other than factory on dam. Airfield, non-existent. Does ChatGPT just like know something that we don't? Is that what I'm picking up on here? Anyway, Metro. I'm so glad that I asked. I'm gonna die to a freaking grenade. I swear. Oh, at least ChatGPT has set me up straight. I would bring keys if I had keys for Metro, but I don't have any keys for Metro. I never find Metro keys. This is my warm-up match too. Like, I haven't even warmed up. Should I warm up? Absolutely. Am I gonna warm up? Absolutely not. You just let the nerves get to you, then you'll die. Gotta play with confidence. Don't tell me I ran into the boss already. Or a nade thrower. Nade chucker. Got an idea? Give me the beer. Gotta be careful for Tommy gun leg metas. Oh, somebody's right next to me. Sounds like they're below. Alright, I'm gonna play this like I normally do. Try not to let anything influence my playstyle here. I hate the angles. God, I want to just keep it upright. Feels wrong. Feels backwards.
You seem like someone I can trust. Do you know who ate all the donuts?
Don't know where that came from. Think it was a scav. Might not have been.
I'm not certain.
Move. Decent chest rig, not worth the grab. Pelican, okay. Not my favorite thing to find in a safe, but also not a good find in there. Okay. We want to go down.
Are you f***ing blind? You can't see me!
I hate railways. Yep, what did I tell you? Oh, jeez.
Oh, shit! God damn it! Same shit! Same shit, different day!
Well, chimps, that right there is a prime example of why we hate Metro. Why we don't run Metro. Why grenades are a bane of my existence. Anyways, chimps, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed the idea and watching me lose everything in a matter of seconds. Take care of yourselves, take care of your family, love on your family, and as always, you guys are awesome.